That's not true. I did not say that. It's a viral video like the other ones are putting out that are simply a lie.
Your voice, you said that you're giving guys.
Oh, he just clarified it.
Wait. Take your AR-14s.
You remember that moment? That's former Vice President Joe Biden getting in a heated argument over gun control with auto workers in Michigan, one specifically. Now Joe Biden is heading back to the Great Lakes state to meet with union workers at a closed event, and the Biden campaign has not released any details about the event to prevent anything from going off script, which is what you remember here. Joining us now live from that event, Jerry Wayne. Jerry is the man who got into that altercation with Joe Biden on your screen, and he's a member of the Blue Collar Patriots. Jerry, thanks so much for coming out and joining us today. It's good to see you. I just looked on Twitter. Trump's War Room, that Twitter account has some 800,000 followers, just tweeted about you, sir, and they were talking about that memorable moment from last year. What's that like, knowing that the campaign more than likely is addressing that moment, hoping not to have the same one repeated?
Well, you're right. They don't want to have that repeated, and that's why they're having this closed event right now. But why do they not want to have that repeated? Why do they not want to have union blue-collar workers speak out and ask a question to our presidential candidate? That seems to be a little fishy to me.
Do you feel like others walk alongside you with that, shoulder to shoulder, on that understanding that he should answer questions from other blue-collar workers?
Absolutely. The unions are actually pretty upset right now. A lot of union members, I should say. Our representatives aren't really representing us the way we see fit. And there's a lot of disruption that's happening right now amongst the men and women in our brotherhood.
What are they saying right now? What do they want to see? Are there questions that you've heard among them that they want answered by this candidate?
Well, yeah, we want our country to be free, but we also want to work diligently and provide for our families. We're not being able to do much of that at all right now because of what the Democratic Party is doing. You know, since the Trump administration has come in here, we've been doing great. We've been working 5, 6, 7 days a week, 8, 10, 12 hours a day, and we're doing outstanding. And Joe Biden wants to come in here and tell us that he's going to do a better job. And I actually asked him that back in March, but he skipped right over that question. So I'd like to give him the opportunity because I don't see much improvement come from his side.
Jerry, do you still have concern over Second Amendment rights? I know that was something that sparked your interest last year about AR-15s, not AR-14s, but is that still a concern for you?
Absolutely. There's quite a few concerns for me and a lot of our brethren here in Michigan and across America. You know, we have people that can't even go to church right now or bury their loved ones. My grandfather was a World War II veteran that passed away this past spring, and I had to watch my mother watch him get buried from inside of a truck. She had to stand 50 yards away while she watched a World War II veteran get buried. And then now we see people in the streets protesting for God knows what, and we can't even bury our veterans correctly. Where is this country going? And if we keep following this democratic regime, I don't want to follow it. It's not going in the correct place because it doesn't stand for America. And at this time and place right now, yeah, you can be union, but we stand for America first. And that's every single union brother right now is been American and then became a union member. And we all see what's happening right now. And we stand with America over our union.
Are you going to be at the event today? Tell me about that protocol. I know it's closed, but are you going to be outside? Are you going to try to get a hold of former Vice President Joe Biden today or someone from his campaign? Tell me your plan.
There is some speculation of where it's going to be right now, but I do travel for work, and I am at a certain plant that he may be visiting today. And if there is an opportunity, I will raise more concern and ask a question of where he's planning to take this country. The man is not really speaking out to be a visionary and a leader for this country. He's saying a bunch of generic statements to try to get the vote. And that's just propaganda 101. You're trying to appeal to a large demographic. But these people are now using these technological devices called phones and computers to do their own due diligence and figure out exactly who we're going to be voting for. A lot of these union representatives are coming out here and speaking about how we're going to be supporting this Democratic Party. But they're not speaking of what the actual union members want. We're being told of what we should do, and the union members are now speaking out and saying, no, you're going to listen to us, and we are the people that are actually driving this.
There was a big moment last year. We'll see if it happens again. That is Jerry Wayne, live at the Biden Union Workers event in Michigan. Jerry, thanks so much. Best of luck to you.
Thank you.
The Wall Street Update is